Hey, big sister. Long time no text, huh? Guess it must be like a year since we last texted, huh? This is your cute little sister, Haley. Happy to hear from you, I bet. I don't need this so early in the morning. What do you want? How could you say that? That's not very nice. What's not nice is stealing someone's husband. That's not nice. You really have Gal contacting me. I told you, it was meant to happen. It was unavoidable. I know that Randy met and married you first, but then he met me and fell in love. What can I say? Randy came to grips with his true feelings. All I did was respond in kind. You really shouldn't be so critical towards two people that are truly in love. Hearing that from someone who has no compassion or consideration for others just does not ring true. Yeah. Anyway, that's not why I contacted you. What the hell do you want? If you have something to say, get it over with, would ya? Oh, you bet I have something to say. Ready for this? We got a room at a luxury hotel and we're staying there for a whole week! 7 days! Wow! I'm so happy for you. And guess which hotel? None other than the Merryweather Hotel! Wait, what? The Merryweather Hotel? Are you serious? I knew that would get all your attention. The suite room at the Merryweather is one of the most popular spots among famous celebrities. And to be staying there for a week? Oh, it's so mind-boggling. Obviously, it would just be me and Randy. Can I ask you something? The Merryweather has several hotels around the state. Is this the one right downtown on Market? That's the one. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's your birthday tomorrow, wasn't it? A day early, but happy birthday, Cindy! Oh, I feel so bad. I mean, it's your birthday and I'm the one staying at a suite in the Merryweather with your ex-husband. Wow. You can't make this stuff up. I assure you, it's not as if I'm treating you with contempt or anything like that. I'm not, Cindy. What can I say? I'm so sorry. You have no intention of apologizing, do you? You got me there, sis. But I do feel a tiny bit of remorse for stealing the heir to a company. But you have to admit why super rich Randy is treating me to a 1 week stay at the Merryweather. He loves me. How else to explain it, right? Randy chose me over you. And you just can't stand that, can you? Well, you had it coming. Randy's former wife can grab a cardboard box from the trash heap and spend the night on the street while we lounge in our luxurious suite room drinking champagne. Not that I really care, but I would verify that reservation if I were you. Well, I better get going. Need to pack some things for our week-long stay. Can't forget my bathing suit. He'll drool over me when he sees it. 7 days is pretty long. I may need 2 suitcases. See you around. Yeah, whatever. Why do I even have to put up with this BS?
Hey, Cindy, you there? Man, I was super shocked. You made reservations at the Merryweather Hotel for 7 days. And you scheduled it so it coincided with your birthday. Nice touch. My love for you finally got through. These past 2 weeks were hell for me. I never stopped sending you my love through line. It finally reached you. I knew you would give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm ready to accept your love once again unconditionally. I'm here for you, my darling. 7 days of love and passion. The love that wavered a year ago feels like an eternity, but this suffering is finally ended. Our love is reawakened like a phoenix out of the inferno. So what's the number of this suite room that you reserved at the Merryweather? I'll be up there PDQ.
What the hell is this? And what does PDQ even mean?
Here you are, Cindy. I was wondering when you were going to respond. A PDQ, pretty damn quick. Haven't you heard that expression?
Must be something you heard from Haley. Figures. So, what's this about? I thought you were engaged to my little sister Haley. I don't need this right now.
Yeah, about that. I'll explain all that to you later. Really dangling the bait, aren't you? Making me wait a whole hour. So, where's this suite room? Give me the room number. I just arrived at the hotel and asked at the desk about it, but they just gave me the runaround. I told them I was staying here with the person who made the reservation. I was told it was private information or something, and they couldn't tell me.
Yeah, well, I got a call from the front desk about some suspicious guy asking about me. That's why I'm texting you. Hey, Randy. What the hell are you up to?
What am I up to? Seriously? You responded to my love line and made reservations at the Merryweather so we can celebrate your birthday and make love all week. Love and passion for a whole week. That's what I'm up to. We reaffirm our love for each other and become husband and wife again.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Randy. The person who made that reservation was my current boyfriend.
Pardon me?
After divorcing you, a friend of mine introduced me to a really nice guy. He wanted to celebrate my birthday, so he made reservations for a suite room here at the Merryweather Hotel.
Hold it a sec, Cindy. Are you saying you already have a boyfriend? Then why have you continued to accept my love line for the past 2 weeks? If you had no interest in me, you would have blocked me.
I never responded to your texts, and you can see I never read any of them. Other than your first one, and the one right now. I'm sure you're aware of that little red icon. I'm surprised you didn't take that as being shunned.
But you were...
When we got divorced, my lawyer gave me some sound advice. He warned me that you seemed a little reluctant to go through with the divorce, so I better be careful. That I shouldn't block you right away. I just sort of left it at that and forgot all about blocking you. I just ignore your texts as I do other stuff like spam mail. 2 weeks ago, I started getting a whole slew of messages. I thought it was some kind of spam. I was just going to call my lawyer and get his advice on how I could press charges, or at least get rid of this nuisance.
Yeah, but I was only trying to,
Where did you even hear about this hotel reservation anyway? We haven't talked at all after the divorce, so how?
My sister mentioned it to me.
Excuse me? Your sister? You mean Caroline?
Yeah, she found out I was sending the love line to you and told me you were going to spend a week at the Merryweather with your guy to commemorate your birthday.
Don't tell me you thought this guy was you.
Yeah, well...
Knowing Caroline, I think she was trying to tell you that I was already taken, and that you had better give it up.
Well, why didn't she just say that straight out then?
I guess it's a good time to tell you. The one that introduced me to my current boyfriend is Caroline, your sister.
Wait, what?
Your sister was a client of our company, and we had cordial business relations. So even after we divorced, we kept in touch. Well, long story short, she introduced me to the president of our company, and we started dating. That was like 6 or 7 months ago.
Are You saying that you're going out with my sister's boss? The president of her company.
That's right. Hooray! Hats off to you, Randy. Now that you realize your mistake, I would appreciate it if you would leave.
Damn you, Cindy. I gave up everything, even the right to take over my dad's business.
Hey, Cindy, dear sister. How you doing? Guess what? I'm just arriving at the Merryweather Hotel. I wonder if Randy's already here. That he's having a drink in the hotel lounge. Haley, listen up. I'm so sorry. I bet you're upset. Sorry to dampen your spirits, but I'm already checked into my suite here at the Merryweather. Pardon me. What are you talking about? I'm saying I'm checked into the suite at the Merryweather with my boyfriend. That's what I'm talking about. Am I hearing you right? You're checked in? Before you go on a tangent, a little piece of information. My boyfriend is not Randy, just so you know. I met the guy long after I divorced Randy, so keep that in mind. Hold it right there, Cindy. It was Randy who made reservations. That means you guys hijacked the suite room from us. How could you? Correction. It was my current boyfriend who made the reservation. Randy has nothing whatsoever to do with any of this. You're nuts. Anyway, I witnessed it with my own eyes. He had it written down in a schedule book. It said, reservations at the Merryweather Hotel, suite room, 7-day stay. What was that about then? This is getting nowhere. Why don't you verify it with Randy? He'll explain everything. He was just making a note of my reservation. Not sure why. Better ask him, Haley. But why would... I guess he thought I made the reservation for him. My boyfriend made the reservation for us. But somehow he got it all screwed up and thought the lucky guy was him. You're not making sense. I just got a call from the front desk. Apparently there was some sort of commotion about some unruly guests asking about me. So I texted him, and hopefully I straightened things out with him. I asked him to leave. Not sure if he's there anymore. Why is this happening? Why? Excuse me? He picked me over you. He dumped you. So why? Why did he even make that mistake? Why would he even think you invited him? Why did you come running here for God's sake? Yeah, I know. Indeed, I wonder why. I really wish you guys would work it out yourselves, and just so you know, I've been receiving messages from him for the past 2 weeks. Apparently he wants to get back together with me. No, come on! You can't be serious, Cindy! Of course I have no interest whatsoever, so I just ignored it, but... One day, he heard that I made reservations at the Merryweather to celebrate my birthday, which led to this glorious mix-up. Ugh, I think I have a headache coming on. He's no longer in line to take over his father's business, and he's not exactly rich. I really don't see how he could have even afford a suite at the Merryweather. And for 7 nights? Forget it. What the hell? Well, that's the lowdown. Figure it out yourselves. This really does not concern us. Goodbye. Randy, where the hell are you?
What is it, Haley?
I heard you were trying to rekindle your relationship with Cindy. Is that true? What the hell is going on?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb with me, Randy. I bet you're still pissed that I was caught coming out of that hotel with some guy 2 weeks ago. Is that why you wanted to get back with her? I only had a relationship with that guy once. I'm not seeing him anymore. It was just a one-time fling. Don't make a big deal out of it, for God's sake. Anyway, what is this crap about getting back with my sister?
Oh, shut your big fat mouth. I didn't know you were such a tart. Sleep with any guy, come on, really? If I'd known what kind of person you were, I would never have divorced Cindy.
What did you just say? Where the hell are you now?
You really think I'm gonna tell you?
You better tell me, or you're going to regret it, Randy! I'm warning you! I will marry you no matter what! There's a story going around where this crazed woman was chasing a guy around holding a crumpled up sheet of paper in her hands. She was apparently screaming, "Marry me, sign the papers, I will never let you go." The witness said it was like some horror movie. Apparently, the guy looked scared out of his wits. Obviously, the police were called, but what's more, they did a lot of damage to the items in the area. I think they were at some expensive restaurant or something. Evidently, charges were brought against them, and they were ordered to pay a considerable amount for the damages they incurred. With the compensation they had to pay me a year ago, plus this stuff, really left them as poor as a church mouse. Last I heard, they were working their butts off to pay off all of their debt that they had accumulated.
Helen, I'm coming over to your place right now. What? Why are you questioning that? Tomorrow is going to be the 4th of July, right? So, we are coming over today and we will be staying at your place for the next couple of nights. This means that both your daughter-in-law and your son are on their way to your house right now, and you need to be ready for us. London? We should be arriving there just before dinner time, so make sure to have something fancy made for the both of us to eat. I can try my best to get something ready for you guys. We are already out of the house now and on our way, so you can't tell us no to that now. What? Lucas, you should be finishing up with your work for today now, right? Do you mind swinging by the supermarket on your way home from there to pick some more things for me?
Hi, honey. I think I can do that. What all do you want me to pick up for you?
Can you get me another dozen eggs and also a large cabbage? Also, you'll be passing by that cake shop that I really like. Could you stop in there and find a small cake that can feed 4 for dessert?
A cake? And for 4 people to eat? Who else is going to be at the house tonight?
Axel and London are coming. I got a couple of texts from London a little bit ago, saying that they were both coming back to our house.
This again? What I never get about these kinds of situations is it's always London who ends up texting us about what she wants to do, and never Axel himself.
Well, perhaps Axel likes her to be in charge of all those things, and if that's the case, then I have nothing else to say. Anyway, this plan came out of nowhere from London, so we'll have to have dinner for 4 now. I'm currently working on that now, so I'd like you to stop and grab those things for me, so that we'll have enough for everyone tonight.
Sounds good. I'll try to make it quick.
Sorry for bringing this up to you so late, but thank you for understanding and doing that for me. Helen, it shouldn't be too much longer before we pull into your driveway. Is the driveway a good place for us to park the car? What? So you both are almost here then? And you guys decided to take the car this time? What about taking the bus like all those times before? We decided we wanted to drive ourselves this time. Do you have a problem with that? I'm sorry, but we only have 1 parking space at our townhouse, so you're going to have to find somewhere else to park your car. There is a parking garage just down the road that you can use, and it should only be around $15 a day. Huh? But that would cost like $60 by the end of this trip. How about you take your car out of that parking spot and park it over at the parking garage so that we can park our car in your spot? Why should we be having to do something like that for you? You both should have the money to park in that car garage, right? Huh? Listen, London. You already started off the wrong note by only telling me that you were heading over to stay here with my husband and I last minute. So I have been having to get things like food ready for you both as well as a room. So please do something about parking yourselves so that I may continue to focus making you guys your dinner for tonight. I have 2 pots on the stove right now boiling, so I cannot go out to move the car anyway. I will talk to you both when you arrive here. What? You jerk! Excuse me, London. What you've done was just a step too far over the line. What do you think you're doing throwing all that food I just made for you guys into the garbage like that? Well, listen here, Helen. Whoever said for you to make dinner yourself like that? Your older son and his wife are coming home to be with you guys, and you chose to make us trash for dinner? You think my cooking is trash? Honestly, you don't seem to think about anyone else beside yourself. At a time like this, you should be bringing us something fancy like sushi. I wanted sushi, and not just the stuff from the local gas station, but the good stuff from a sushi restaurant in town. Or perhaps it's this. Since your husband is still working in a factory as a base-level employee, you guys don't have enough money for good sushi, right? You both have to live the most basic lives at this age, so you can't even imagine what fancy food tastes like. My husband is making enough money every year where we do not have to sleep under a bridge or starve. And we happen to enjoy living a simple life, making food at home, and enjoying things like movies and walks together. So what, you're trying to tell me is that you're both poor, right? But come on now, you have to start doing better than that. Because guess what? Today is the day your very important older son and his super cute wife are staying with you. So get us some damn sushi, you low-life trash. All you have to do is spend the money that you'd normally spend on yourselves each day for food, about 2 to 3 days worth of money, and spend that sushi for us tonight. That should work for your husband and you, right? And actually, I'm already on my way to the sushi restaurant down the other side of the street, and I'll be getting dinner from there. That $200 you had in the drawer is going to be used for dinner, so I made sure to take that with me. What? Hey, wait! That was all we had left for this month's groceries, and I will be using it very carefully in tonight's dinner. London, you get back here right now!
Hey, honey, are you still awake?
What? Oh, hi, Lucas. Yes, I'm still awake. You do realize I'm in the same house as you right now, so you don't have to text me if you want to talk.
Just now, Axel came over to my office to chat with me.
Did something happen to him?
He came to hand me back that $200 that London took from us, and thought that he could hand it to me while she's not awake. Also, he has something he wanted to talk to us about. Originally, the plan was that he'd come back to our house in secret, without having London come along with him. But she ended up finding out about his plan, and so he had to make up a lie saying that the both of them would come to stay here for the 4th. And well, right now, Helen is sleeping in the next room over to my office, and so I don't want her to hear Axel and I talking, or me coming to talk to you.
So that's why we're texting instead. Well, how about I get out of the bed and come to your office?
You can do that, but be really quiet so that you don't wake her up, and please shut the door quietly when you come here. I'll make sure to turn on my noise machine to try and mute out our voices, and then we can talk about what to do with London.
Understood. Hey, Helen! Get that damn bath ready for me! It's not even 10 in the morning yet and you're already yelling? The bath? I always get the bath every morning, and today will be no different. I never knew about that. Jesus! I came back pretty late last night and didn't get into the shower before I crashed, so you had to know that I'd be needing a bath this morning, right? Have you never had guests over to your house before? You need to be more considerate of me and make sure the bath is ready by the time I'm waking up. Or could it be that you and your husband don't want to have the water and heating bill go up, and so that's why you guys never use the bath? That's exactly what I expected from two poor people. We are not as poor as you seem you want to think, London. But look, your husband is working in a factory. That makes the both of you lowlives. London, the only reason you married my boy is for his money, right? Huh? What's this all about? My son is working for a very large company at the moment, making a lot more than people his age. And to you, he is like the perfect ATM, right? But here's the problem. That wasn't quite the truth, and Axel actually ended up being a contractor to that company. So he isn't really making the amount of money you thought he was. And then you came to learn that his father is also not making as much as you'd like, since he's just working as a factory worker. Hence why you are now calling my husband and I lowlives and saying we don't have any money to cater to you with either. You are upset right now, and you are a bit bummed out because your plan of marrying my son for his money didn't work out. And so, find that to be good reason to act like a jackass now. That's right. I was freaking lied to. I didn't know that your son was just a contractor there and that your husband only works at a factory. What the hell is wrong with your family being some of the most moneyless people ever? You had never talked with my husband much until after you married Axel, so I won't blame you for not knowing everything about him. But when it comes to Axel, you and him had been dating for a long time before you got married. So how come you didn't learn the truth about this line of work then? What? Well, it's too late for an answer to that, to affect anything now, so I'll leave it be. From what I'd heard, you have no idea what it means to be a contractor, do you? Huh? How do I have no idea about them? Of course, there are plenty of contractors who aren't making as much as they should be in their line of work. But in the case of my son, he someday plans to have a company of his own. And in order to get experience to put towards that company, he is going around doing work as a contractor for a few different companies. Also, Axel happens to be very skilled in the work he performs, so he's already making more than average contractor does, with plenty of bonuses as well. Are you serious? And as for my husband that you always call a lowlife, he's in charge of a factory he works at. Uh-huh? After graduating from trade school as an operator, he went and worked for the factory he's now at for 3 years. After those 3 years, he was asked to do more training for larger operations, and then worked as a manager of a shift there for a bit. And once some time had passed, and the previous leader of that factory left, he was promoted and took over. And he's been doing that for 3 years now. What? No way. Do you have something you'd like to say about this? Hi, Lucas. Are you out of the house today?
Hello, London. What do you want with me right now?
I just wanted to apologize to you for not really ever talking to you at all before and after marrying your son. So, do you have time today to meet with me and chat? Well, if you have the time around noon, let's go out to eat and we can take your time talking to one another.
Around noon, I don't have any plans out of the house and was thinking of having lunch at home with the family.
What?
Today is the 4th of July, and because of that, I was able to get the day off work. And that means I'm going to be home all day today.
Ah.
That also means my son and wife are with me. Do you understand?
You're kidding, right?
No matter what you try and do to get me to go out with you, this is the last day you'll ever be hearing from me. And I think the same goes for the rest of my family.
The last day? Wait, does this mean what I think it means? You're going to be divorcing your wife?
Huh?
Oh no. That means things from now on are going to get a little more difficult for you, right? Well, if you still need me around, I'll be willing to live with you wherever you go.
Shut the hell up. And get the hell out of my house, now!
What? What the hell is going on? Your husband is a total asshole. He came out of his office and started to grab all my things and then tossed them out into the yard, yelling at me to get out of his house. Why the hell am I getting kicked out when it should be you getting kicked out of here in the divorce? Nobody ever said that I was getting divorced, though. The only person I'm aware of who will be going through that is you. What? You really seem to have done a great job lying to my older son, right? What are you talking about right now? There was a man you had been going out with before you married Axel, correct? That's a little... Well, Axel already had someone go and take a look at all that, and he has some great evidence now. Huh? You had planned on using my son as an ATM after marrying him, so that you could go out with that other man on more high-end dates. But when you started to try and get to who you thought was a weak man's money, he turned out to have a tight grip on his wallet. The only money you were able to manage from him was just enough to buy food for you guys while he was working, and that was it. So, you confronted him, and that's when he told you that he was a contractor, where you turned on him and started to complain about why he was giving you such a small amount of money, and that was all due with him being poor. But Helen... This is all stuff that Axel had brought up to his father and I the other night, so some of it might have been a little off. Could you please let me know if I missed something there? But Helen... But what? I never knew that there could be contractors making more money than proper employees make. And you only have your lack of knowledge and awareness to blame for that. Now that you understand that we all know the truth, I'll tell you why Axel was originally coming home. He wanted to be here, to start working on all the divorce papers with us. Divorce? He was going to go have some talks with partners of his about starting up his own company soon, but he didn't want to finish with those talks until after the divorce. So he chose to hold off on those plans and come here to finish everything up with you. There's nothing that can be done about it now. The divorce is set in stone. He can't do that to me. I'll break up with my boyfriend, all right? Breaking up with him now wouldn't help you any, and would probably only make things worse. But I've only just found out that Axel has been making good money this whole time. I can't allow him to get away from me now. No way! You're not even going to hide your true intentions now, are you? Well, at least I won't be the only one getting divorced then. You're going to lose your husband soon as well, right? That's why I don't care about telling you how I really feel about why I'm married to Axel. Dan, my husband and I aren't getting a divorce. Huh? But just a second ago your husband was talking about a divorce. And that's just another one of your delusions that you've been having. Because I was right next to him, looking at his phone while he texted you, and he typed out that Axel would be divorcing you. What? Now don't worry, because I'm showing everything you've told me to Axel right now. Wait! Hurry up and sign the papers, and then get the hell off our property and never come back. I don't want to leave! Now, make sure to talk with Axel about what else he has in store for you. I don't want you to, jerk! I don't care what you want, you big baby. What? I'm going now. Bye forever, London. Right after I stopped talking with London, Axel told me that he paid some of his friends to stop by his house and take all of his things out and start moving them to our place. This meant that he would start to live with us right away, and would only be going back to that house later when he needed to sell it. My husband and I later sat down for some drinks while my son was out of the house, and thought about what made our son fall in love with that girl while laughing. A few days later, we heard from Axel that he had gotten in touch with a lawyer, and would be getting a settlement from both London and her boyfriend. He was also able to get all the money she took from him and used on dates back, and then the divorce was finished, and he had no longer had to deal with her. After the divorce was complete, days went by where we were all able to get back to our normal lives and not have to worry about what happened to London after. However, 1 year after the divorce, we found out that both London and her boyfriend got arrested. When I went online to look up what happened with those two, it had to do with them having a fraud marriage or something. And well, they lied about getting married by forging some documents, and when the bank later found this out, they sent the police after them. I guess her boyfriend and her were in some real need of money and went to those lengths to try and get some loans. At least the three of us in my family all were able to cut ties to her before something like that happened, and we all gave a big sigh of relief at the same time thinking about that. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of this story. See you at the next story. Goodbye.